light shines through the room, and nailing bodies struggles for the view. With dreams and wishes and prayers, no one should wait for a second chance at life. It's not fair, no.
I lived so long, helped so hard to find, but not impossible takes faith and time.
But step by step there is hope, awareness growing to those
who can make the difference, go the distance and pass on the torch of life. Was there. Life's road is winding,
journey starts
step by step finding.
Have a chance of living
there
on.
could be no greater wealth. Your final gift is life itself. Your choice may help the family cope. One loss, another's hope.
Also, he's going to have a sit down with Deborah Matthews, the health minister, maybe to get the province to get a speedier passage by the province of a similar bill. So by recruiting the mayors, and you know, they have a lot of influence, I've known that over the years, maybe we can get a speedy passage.
Conversation with the MPs and PPs.
Walk me through this clause here.
Sure. About 3 months ago, I was approached by Constable Ojo Teobadi, who just heard to put something together that'll put sickle cell on the map. And, you know, I came up with the idea of doing this run from Parliament Hill to Queen's Park, symbolically to get the federal bill passed and then hopefully get the province to pass a provincial bill. It's a disease that's killing, you know, and it doesn't have comprehensive care. So let's get comprehensive care.
What's the timeline on this walk? Like when should this be?
Well, today is day 15, so tomorrow officially I arrive in Toronto. It's, you know, I got 32 kilometers left from finishing this. But on the 17th, we have a big day planned. We have a lot of students from the Jane and Finch area that are going to run with this torch. I'm going to pass it to them in the morning, and they're going to run with it from Westview Centennial down Jane Street with a big police escort, and then east along Bloor, and then we got MPPs that are ready to receive the torch, and they're going to bring it down to the hospital, Toronto General Hospital, and then finally to Queen's Park, where there's going to be a little girl that's suffering with sickle cell. That's going to be the final person to receive the torch, and we're all going to pray that the bill gets a speedy passage and that nobody needs to die or suffer from sickle cell disease ever again.
So I mean, this must feel rewarding for you to take part in this challenge.
Yeah, I believe strongly in the pay it forward. You know, my life was saved a long time ago. And, you know, because of that, I've been doing my part, just giving back. I believe in that. I believe that we're here, I'm paying God's rent. And that's my way of paying God's rent. Today is day 15 of this 17-day journey. And we're in Pickering. And we got one more day to go, 30 kilometers tomorrow, and we reach Toronto. And during this journey, it's been pretty long, even though it's just 15 days. The question that I was asked the most often during the whole journey is, why am I doing this? Why is a white guy doing this? And my answer was, because I see no color, which was true. But the real answer I'm going to say right now. The real reason why I'm doing this is because of this gentleman beside me, Constable Ojo Tiobadi. He asked me to do it, and I said no problem. And anytime Ojo asks me to do something, I do it without question. So he asked me to bring awareness for sickle cell, and I did it. And at the beginning, I know that when we were talking, and I was talking about that no matter what, this is going to get done. And that meant even if I had to die on the road, which could have been a big possibility, I was prepared for that. There's nothing I wouldn't do for Ojo. And that almost happened a few times. I actually had to be in the hospital twice during this campaign, and so I didn't train properly for it, and as a result of that, it's been very painful to do this. But I just want you guys to know the reason why I did it. I didn't mention this to the media, but I'm mentioning it to you guys because I want you guys to, you know, if you're going to do this, do it real. Be truthful in everything that you're going to show. Don't exaggerate. Don't make it truthful, because you have a piece here that can literally, if you do this right, you can actually you can make the whole world aware. So it's going to be up to you guys how you're going to do it, and you especially, Shane. You got it in you to do to interpret this properly. You know, you got it in you. You got to search in and make it alive. Make it sing. Make it so that people are going to pay attention to it. You know. So we're almost going to be done. And as I said at the beginning, I'm not here to take any credit for any part of this. I did it because Ojo asked me to, and that's going to be it. And as a result, I'm hoping that it does do the trick. And if it doesn't, I hope as a result of this, maybe it can inspire other campaigns afterwards. You know, I think we can do it if we get aggressive. You know, now we just got to get aggressive. We have right now something that if they're not responding to this, we should be complaining afterwards. We should be, because we've risked our lives to do this, and if we're not going to get any response on it, we should say something about it. Ojo almost lost his life on the third day, and you guys many times could have lost your life, and you know, and I could have lost my life, and you all know that we were willing to pay that price to do this. So if we don't get the response, then we should be complaining about it.
Well, George, first of all, I just like to thank you for being a friend. You've been a friend to me for the longest time, and even with all your trials and tribulations and all kinds of things, you've always been there for me. It is true that I spoke to you about creating awareness for sickle cell. And just as we were talking about it, then came along this thing called BLC 605. And of course, I'm kind of glad that you mentioned that I asked you to do it, but even if I didn't ask you, I can see the spirit in you already that you want to do this. And it's not just because I asked, I only asked you as a friend, but I'm pretty sure you did it because it's in you to do good. And that's the key thing, it's just in you to do good. And you also mentioned that some people ask you along the way, why would a white guy be doing something like this? But when you have the Spirit of God in you, as you rightfully said, there will be no color to sin at all. And I believe in you, that's why I asked if you would help me out and help Eglinton Community Sickle Cell Support Group out. And I'm glad you came through with it for us. But you also mentioned about, have we achieved anything? Oh, absolutely. I believe that the impact that we made already, I mean, it's incredible. All the mayors we've met along the way, and townspeople, the restaurants, the hotel owners that have put us up and fed us, and people that have come along the way, and it's without you, I don't think we could have done this, because it's you actually that God's been used all along the way. And it is true also, you mentioned that there is a degree of risk factor, which is true. I remember that morning when this particular truck was sitting when I was driving it, and it shifted on the ice and was going to tip over. And for a minute there, I was scared, because it was just going down, and Don was way ahead of me, so he couldn't have seen what was going on. You were walking in front of me. I was trying to honk and let you know, but thank God that everything was okay. And as you said, it's not really just up to us here. I believe it's up to the people that organize the Sickle Cell, the Camp Jumoke, Sickle Cell of Ontario, and all these people, SCAGO, SOPO, and all these little small groups that are all over the place to come together and work together. Because if we want this thing to work, they're going to have to leave I want to take the accolades aside and do this thing together. And that, I believe, is what makes you and I being able to work together so well. And that is because none of us wants the accolade. We just want to get the job done. And if we can only transfer that spirit to all the different little groups that takes care of sickle cell, whether it's Camp Jumoke, whether it's SOPO, whether it's SCAGO, doesn't matter what it is. If they can only come together and stop the fighting and the bickering, and I'm going to be in charge, this is going to be my, I'm sure this thing could really, really be successful. But my estimation right now is that for what we've done so far, with the help of everyone that's been involved, I mean, you think about Don, who left his business for 17 days, been on the road taking photographs and buying food, and Shane, who left everything behind and come along. I think one thing too I have to say that we've also got out of Shane is that now Shane talks a lot. Before he was so quiet, but now I think he's a real talker now. And I wish we have another 17 days on the road with him. By the time we're through, he'll be Muhammad Ali. So I think we became sort of like a family. We sleep in the same hotel, we eat at the same time, we leave the hotel the same time, we're on the road the same time for 17 days. That by itself is a success. That by itself is a success. And like I said, the awareness we have created, and when you look at the mayor of Carlton Place, Mayor LeBlanc, and the way she received us, when you look at the mayor of Smithsford, the Staples, Mayor Staples, the way he received us, and so many others like that, that maybe might not even be aware of sickle cell if we didn't get on the road. Can you imagine the success we have achieved? To me, I mean, for the first time too, to me this is a pilot project. And when you look at the success that we have achieved, number one, the four of us became a family. Number two, along the way we met great people, hotel owners and restaurants. Number three, we met people that one mayor says, I'm not even sure if any member of my community has this disease that we don't even know about until now. Because when you guys called me, that's the first time I actually went on the website studying about sickle cell. So the lives that we've touched, you can't even begin to imagine it. So I'm going to have to just say, George, thank you so much for everything. And I know this is not the end. This is for you. This is just the beginning, because I'm pretty sure that you're going to call me and say, okay, Oj, I got something else planned for sickle cell again. And I'll be right there. And really just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and for all the kids with sickle cell. God bless you. Thanks a lot.